All right. Am I... Can somebody hear me now? Yes, seems... All right. So it was muted by default. All right. Seems the game audio is pretty low. Let me bump it up a bit. All right. How is it right now? Guess we're gonna go with that because alrighty. What remains of Edith Finch? I've been meaning to play this for quite some time. I am subbed to PS Plus for a month, and I thought, you know what? And you know what? Let's bump this all up. Okay, all right. I know very little about this game. Broken arm, it seems.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
From what I know, it's more or less of a walking simulator, but the story is super good, and the game is quite short.
I lived there until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms. Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately. I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Sorry, I want to make very, very sure we can at least hear the dialogue.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Alright, so up or down? It looks very pretty. I can tell you this. I mean, it's not a PS5 game.
I've driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
Oh, a deer. Oh, dear. Can I go? Was it an invitation? Oh, okay. Right.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Just between us. Looks pretty messed up. Alright. It does look messed up, but it's not a horror game, so we should be fine.
As a child,
hello
the
to
house made me
whoever
uncomfortable in
joined.
a way I couldn't put into words.
I can understand why, Edith. I can understand why. Missing. Milton Finch. Hi, Grubitten. How are you? My cat is being served her food. I'm playing. Do you know anything about what remains of Edith Finch? It just started. You missed nothing. It's more or less of a walking simulator. If I
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Yeah, I am afraid of the house. Yeah, so she wants to learn more about her family. Her mother gave her the house in her will with a key, but didn't tell her what the key unlocked. And this is pretty much where we're at. It looks good though. Yeah, it does. It's not a PS5 game per se, but I've been so this is what I said in the beginning. I've been meaning to play this game for quite some time, and I've paid for a
The
month
doggy door
of
used to
PS
be a lot
Plus.
easier when I was 11.
Yeah, I bet. So this game is supposed to be like 2 hours long, if I go by howlongtoplay.com. So I thought it would be a nice streaming game to test out my new streaming setup. I'm so glad I got my PS5. I've played a bunch of Returnal yesterday, a bunch of Control, two games I've been meaning to play.
For the first time in years,
Trying not to talk when
I felt
she's
like I was
talking.
home.
Big drinker, I see.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Hope you're not feeling too depressed. Seems it's not gonna be like a joyful adventure.
Like how after Louis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
But it's not a horror game.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Does the sound balance make sense, Gru? Can you hear me alright without too much clipping? And can you hear the main character talk, mostly?
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Even got the oxygen tank?
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
I can hear you faint. The main character is a little low. Alright. No. Let me bump this all. I want a bit more brightness. Alright. Should be better now. I usually have to turn down the game volumes a lot when I stream, but maybe the PS5 correct that like automatically or something.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house. Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Ah, okay. I thought I was smart. I was not.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive. Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
That's really creepy. Alright. For now, I would say, what a weird game. Looks amazing, though. I really feel I'm in the house.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes. Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Seems she starred in a movie.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
No keyhole. Barbara. She was famous. Oh, can we look?
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Can't blame them. I'm not sure, like, when are we? Are we in 2000 or something? Or are we, like, in the 70s?
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Yeah, I don't know why you would bury somebody in the library. I don't know.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
And this is not a peephole I would... Yeah, how is this legal? Yeah. Calvin. He died in 61. All right. What are the dates here? Oh, 2010. So we are in our years. Like, this 17-year-old probably
Uncle
have
Sam spent 7
a
years sharing a
smartphone.
room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Alrighty. Where should I go?
I
Oh
spent a
boy.
lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Ha! Found it.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Maybe it's a horror game after all. I don't know much about the game.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Is it a gun? No. This is a very small
I had no
room.
idea what was behind that door.
Well, she's telling us the story. She survived.
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here, before my mom sealed the doors.
I'm pretty sure there's somewhere on YouTube somebody who referenced every single book that there is in this game. There's a lot of books.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
The gerbil
The
food.
gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it. My Halloween candy was all gone.
Of course, you're a kid. My kids do take their sweet time eating their Halloween candies. When the new Halloween come, we have to...
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
That's great, I suppose.
I kept eating and eating.
Ugh.
I ate a lot of things that night.
Ooh, yeah, ooh, indeed.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her.
She wanted to eat the bird.
And suddenly, I was a cat.
She really wants to eat the bird. Okay, I can jump. The controls are not too well explained.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Where's the bird now? Okay.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Well, you're a cat. They don't know you can transform. I'm the worst cat ever.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
This is kind of creepy, right? Okay, I have a feeling we don't have much else
I
to...
gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
I would think this is a horror game. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, I am in control. Can I die? No. Rabbits, alright. You want to eat rabbits. It's crazy how the controls are changing. You know, when I was a cat, I was moving pretty fast. And now it's super floaty. I mean, not just because I'm in the air, but you know, the controls, they're not responding the same way as when I was a cat. It's pretty well done. Ha! A delicious rabbit.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing
Oh my God!
my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Of course. Why not? Can't wait to find the person. That kid who's gone missing actually has been eaten by the owl, which is a little girl.
Rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking,
God
but
damn!
I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Why not? My God, this game is complete batshit crazy. I'm telling you, this is crazy. Like, you have to see it to believe.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
My God. What a weird morning it is. I haven't even finished my coffee yet.
I wanted fat, juicy seals.
My God, this is super hard to control. I am in like inverted control. Up is down and down is up. That's super messed up. Alright. Alright, come here. Not too gory, at least.
It tasted really good.
I bet. I bet. It's kind of gory after all. I missed it. Visibility is not the greatest.
I grabbed on tight. When I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Okay, what am I now? Some kind of snake? I can see much right now.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Oh goddamn. Now I'm gonna eat people. I knew it would come to this. I knew it.
I was big, but I moved real quiet. You called it, you did, yeah. And I swear I didn't know. It's a game that kept coming back on you know, type of indie game to play. Like it's a weird story that you should experience type of list of games. And yeah, I mean, it was on PS Plus. Paid for a month, so now I have a bunch of games to play. I want to eat this dude. Where? Of course, now it's the captain. My next victim is the captain. But controlling this thing is harder than it looks. Mostly because I cannot see much. All right, time to go, Captain. Passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
A whale? Is she gonna eat a whale now?
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
So parents, keep your children fed. Don't lock them in a room without food. Here's them. Here's what this game is all about. Oh, we're back in our house. Gonna eat grandma.
I got closer and closer.
Those people watching is kind of... Numbers kept changing. Oh no, I'm not gonna eat a baby. tell me that's not...
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Woo! All right.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Molly was a messed up girl. All right. On to the next messed up person. All right, let's... Can we move on?
I can't describe it, but I felt like some part of Molly was still here. I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
As you should.
Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
This is pretty cool. Actually.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Where should I go now? Okay.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past.
So she ate herself
So,
or
when
her
we adopted
sister? I'm
this
confused
kitten,
about what happened. I
she
think
was
I am
laughing
so
at Molly.
too.
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom. One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity. I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Yeah, but at the same time... Your family was pretty messed up, so...
Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune.
Oh, okay. Oh, and this is a thing on the PS5 that I didn't think I would like, but the triggers, you know, L2 and R2 on the controller, they're adaptive. Sometimes they have some kind of resistance in them, or let's say I was playing Wanted Dead on PS5 to test it out, and when you shoot the assault rifle, you get some kind of recoil with the shots in the trigger, and I mean, at first I was after all I quite like it. So like right now, if I just press a little, I can feel something that's going against me here. I have to press harder.
Odin Finch
Kind of like in a real
family curse.
real thing like this.
And a newborn son.
Yeah, it is interesting. It's pretty cool. It gives you some
7th,
feedback in your
1937,
hands.
He set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
Library, you mean, right?
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
All right, so we did the thing. That was pretty cool.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Seems like it. Alrighty. This is what I like when I stream games that I know.
Louis died a week
I know
before
what to
we
do.
left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Okay, what else is there
When Edie
here?
told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Oh goodness. Why? Why? Why would you put carpet like this in a bathroom? Why?
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
Does my key work? Indeed. There's a secret in this bathroom. Do we really want to know what the secret is?
There's a secret in this bathroom.
Let's see how traumatized we can be.
It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Oh boy.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
There's a lot of stuff in this room. Oh, can we go upstairs? I wish I could have gone here. In this little room.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin.
Oh, I can probably.
And that he never talked about
Aha.
him. I
The
guess my
command
grandpa didn't
center.
like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
Okay, I'm in control now. Oh,
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
Ishan, you're not satisfied with my choice of game. Oh, live on Twitch. Yeah, no. Twitch is my is the place I go when I cannot stream on YouTube. YouTube's my home. So I'm playing Edith Finch. It's it's a 17-year-old girl that goes into her old family house after her mother passed away. And she's learning stuff about all of her family members from, you know, the grandparents to up until later in life. It's and right now I'm trying to think what should I
At
do?
Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't.
And it's always changing. So you chose this over Spider-Man. Well, the thing is, this is a pretty nice stream game because it's supposed to be like a 2-hour long game. And oops, I was trying to see if there was a button I could push to make something happen because right now I'm not too sure what I need to do. I'll be real. Okay, need to keep it longer. All right. And yeah, I chose this. I've been meaning to play this for quite some time, and since I'm subbed to PS Plus, I can play it for free, kind of. The reason I got subbed to PS4, PS Plus was to be able to transfer all my save data and use the cloud. Okay, I'm kind of fucked right now. I don't know. Oh, all right. There's one for the arms and one for the... Okay.
I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Calvin!
Gru's right, though. Gru's right. It's super interesting. For now, I would say I'm...
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
I'm very interested to see where it's going.
I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Okay, he's gonna die, right?
Calvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it.
You know me, Ishan.
I think he'd already made up his mind.
I always go for the
That's what I want to remember about
unpredictable choice. This afternoon I want to stream again, and I want to do a kind of variety stream. I have a few games that I've downloaded.
He did.
Alright, so he died on the...
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Alrighty. A swing!
Funeral.
That was the word I was looking for.
Calvin's half of the room.
What? This place is really full of secrets.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
There's booze everywhere here. So what are you doing, Ishan, on the side? I kind of want to see that. There's too many places to go now. Okay, we've seen this, right?
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child.
Oh no, we've seen it through the people, but not in real. All right. RuneScape. Of course you're playing
RuneScape. It must
RuneScape.
have been for her afterwards.
I'm having a hard time playing grindy games right now. I'm all about the arcade stuff.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch.
This game keeps surprising me every 5 seconds. This is crazy.
Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until
I didn't do that.
the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
We need to go back to that
20 minutes
place.
later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box.
Okay, I am in control. Somehow.
And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent. She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
The music is crazy good. I don't... Man.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Jesus. Oh no, it's all a setup for her to get her to do her famous scream. But then she's gonna take it very seriously and she's gonna kill her boyfriend. This is what I believe.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Well, he's not dead.
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Okay, I'm in control again.
his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall.
All right, Ishan, thanks for coming. Have fun with your calls.
And windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless.
Oh, she's not even gonna do her scream.
And who he was, he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara. There's gotta be another way out of here.
Okay, here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
She needs to do her scream. Okay. He's definitely not gonna be on the floor when we arrive. I can feel it. Yeah.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... Someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara,
Really?
it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another
Oh, welcome
story.
back.
As for
Welcome back.
inside the music
Barbara
box is all
screamed
the
her
other
last
ones
scream. There was a bunch of monsters in the house.
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Well, another messed up story for one of the most messed up person in this family. But we learned something,
Edie told
though.
me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
We know that there is a secret key in the music box. Oh no. Maybe.
I
Yeah,
guess
that-
now I know why
yeah.
Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Yeah. I want to go to the music box.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
All right. Where is the music box? well, not here. It's on the
Funny.
first floor.
All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
Let's go get that music box key. Gotta keep turning. Yeah, alright. To the basement for more wonderful stories. What a great game! Honestly, it's not something I would play many times. I think it's pretty much a one and done type of game, but there's always something new. It's never the same thing. Every story is told in a very particular way. I do quite
Mom said
like
the
it.
basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Your mom was right.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
It was drugs. That's what it was.
It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
Okay, so
If
kind
there's
of
a
the
pattern in these
survivalist
stories,
type.
I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Right, let's see Walter's story. Let's see how messed up he
Goodbye,
is.
everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
My God.
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine.
Like right now in my trigger, there's some kind of
That's what kept me sane.
pulsation, vibration, as I turn the...
Having a schedule,
it's
living for today.
It's pretty cool.
I always expected to be dead tomorrow.
Truth be told, I love peaches in cans like this. I think it's amazing. And I'm not a fan
Even
of
a monster
peaches.
on the other side of a door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped.
We're in 2005.
Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave.
30 years is a long time. I mean, I wish I could leave. All right. It's very, you cannot go to places you're not supposed to. It's very on rail as an experience, which is fine. I understand, It's not that much a game, but a story being told.
I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara, and Molly. And Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me.
It's similar to the Until Dawn ones you play. Actually, yes, even the
Out there,
how you interact with the game, how you, let's say, open a drawer or...
I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially...
Yes, Until Dawn. And the Quarry and the Devil in Me.
Or a month.
But yeah, it is kind of similar, yes.
I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
God damn. Alright. Killed by the train. After 30 years in the basement.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Okay, we can go here and here. No. Nothing to do? Alright.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
What are the books here? Dark Defense, Chamber, Haunted, a guide.
But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive.
I cannot see
Now
anything.
that there's only one of us left.
Right.
Or maybe 2. I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself. And found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Yes, I agree. I do believe a lot in... when you believe something enough, it becomes real. I don't know what's the word, but... Autosuggestion? Would that be a word?
If all this just died with me.
That's what it is in French. Autosuggestion.
But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of.
I think maybe. Right. Good enough. Good enough for me. I'm fine with maybes.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
Hi, faith-like child.
I think the people in these stories believed them.
Have you ever played The What Remains of Edith Finch? Oh, okay. I was wondering who you were. I could see. Have you ever played this? I'm quite amazed. I'll be honest. It's not a game with a whole lot of replayability. It's not something I would play like over and over, but it's very good. It's keeping me interested. I don't want to stop. I want to know where it's going.
That history of imagination and stubbornness in madness. Any of it seems possible.
The voice acting is really good. Really, really good. Very well acted.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house? It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils are mine, and 2 had been my fault.
It's not a
Sven
scary
built the
story.
house, but it was
She's
Edie who
talking
designed the
about
cemetery.
her family curse. And this seems we're playing the thing
I'm
she
sure
wrote
Ethan's mom may
after
have been Edie's
going
idea.
through it.
My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
But it's not a scary story.
She could see it
it's like
poking
real.
out of the water at low tide.
Well, real. Can I do something? Okay.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Okay. I thought there would be a bit
Edie's side
more.
was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
In those
There's so many
games,
things I wish I could ask my mom now.
I would love to have a run
Part of
button,
me thinks this is what she wanted all along.
but I know it
For
would
me to
mess
come
up
back
the
someday.
storytelling.
And find everything out for myself.
Can I climb up here? Yeah.
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Wait. She's 17 and 22 weeks pregnant. All right. I mean, I know it happens a lot, but I just... It's not an information we had. This is a new information.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
And going to those tight places, like in the basement, it was probably pretty bad.
They were both pretty intense.
No. I didn't press. All right. Oh, now it's gonna be told with pictures. The game always finds a new way to tell the stories. That's really nice.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
The cursed house is a great place
Am I
to
gonna
give
have
birth.
to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn.
Okay,
Shooting
I'm in
is strongly
control.
encouraged. Not quite.
Okay, wait. I get it
What?
now.
Perfect.
Hey, Mike.
It's gonna rain the
Ever
whole
played What
weekend,
Remains
isn't
of Edith Finch? It's amazing.
it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
Okay. What do I want to take a picture of?
You're right,
Seems-
Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
I'm not sure what I want to take a picture of. Oh, maybe a bird. Let's take the bird. Maybe a pool of blood with Satanist? Wouldn't surprise me at this point. A monster in the lake. Yeah, probably a monster in the lake. Something very bad. Something's gonna go terribly wrong, because that's always what happened. Taking photo of everything. Well,
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
okay. I don't know what to take a picture of, so okay. I cannot go farther the other way around. What do you want me to take a picture of? I mean, what did I miss? I mean, probably a lot of things. Do I have to take a certain amount of pictures and...
Nothing quite like being outside. Hey!
That's a keeper.
Alright, are we...
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years.
Oh, the fish, maybe? Loch Ness Monster? I mean,
Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip.
There's a bunch
Grandpa's Fen taught us how to
messed
fish.
up things
How to
in
build
this
a fire.
game.
We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere.
It started with a little girl transforming into a monster
If
and
I could
eating
remember where
people
that
on a
trail was,
boat.
we'd spot a buck or
Just
two in no time.
Just to give you an idea.
Give me a minute to check the map. Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph?
To be honest, like for real,
Let's see.
I did that already.
Maybe.
We did that.
Was it?
Maybe not this. This.
Could have been.
I don't know. I'm a gamer, not a photographer. Well, yeah, very true.
Dad!
Good eyes, Don.
Alright, there we go.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn up. Let me get behind you.
Let's kill stuff.
Do I have to do this?
Yes,
Don,
it needs to
you don't have
die.
to do anything. But if you
It's
want
gonna
to
eat you.
survive, you'll need to-
Oh yeah.
Great shot, Don.
Oh, she's not too.
I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
Yeah, my daughter would never ever shoot, like ever. She
Sorry, Dad,
loves
just gotta reset the
animals.
timer.
I can imagine her being just like this. What should I? What do I need to do? Okay. It's not always clear what
Hang
you.
on, kiddo. Just trying to
Yeah,
get a
yeah,
shot of the two of us together.
yeah. Keep. Okay. Keep crying. I'm coming. It's gonna be a great picture.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
still...
normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about.
Dad!
I knew. Oh my fucking god. Of course. Oh my god. Oh god damn. I knew he was gonna die.
Of all these stories, that's the one
Oh.
I wish most that my mom had told me.
Oh. God damn. Yeah, of course it was
Sam
gonna
spent
end
his life
badly.
shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Oh. That was good though. Good
Instead of
job,
hiding
game.
from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Okay, wait. I have too many things to look at. Take all the
After Sam
photos.
died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Also listen to your kids.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
Oh, so he's not gonna
Maybe if I
die.
hadn't called that night.
Of course he's gonna die.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear.
I wish he could have told us
Yeah.
about the world he saw.
I knew it. This one was a bit more predictable, I suppose.
Hey, there's so much I don't understand.
This kind of
About Gregory.
it's kind of rough though
Everything.
to imagine a kid dying, but
I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too.
yeah, this one's definitely rough. Yeah. This is a rough one.
Love, Sam.
Yep, this one's rough. I mean, they all were, but this one was not funny. This is what I mean. This one was and when you have kids yourself, it's it kind of it's close to home.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet... My mom moved up to the loft after
Nope,
her
I'm
brother's
out.
death.
Catch you later. All right,
At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
fair enough. Why did he write that on divorce
I can't
paper?
imagine what it was like for her to lose two sons after she'd already lost.
I
She spent
don't
a
know.
summer building houses in
Oops,
Calcutta,
all right.
where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Uh, okay.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
Okay. I need to... Who's gonna die? How are they gonna die? They're gonna die... Man,
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
the devs of this game are the most creative people I've seen in a long
Tried to talk
time.
him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom were the words that I remember.
Husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
It's gonna be a thunderstorm, and the person's gonna die because of the thunder.
When the time for
Here's my
photos came,
bet.
Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Ooh. It's not good.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Alright.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
There's something very satisfying in doing this. I'm not gonna lie.
The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Yeah.
wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
How did he died? I'm not sure.
About him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Not the best name. No offense to any Gus out there. Just would not be my pick. Alrighty. Now what? Because I already climbed here, but maybe I did it too soon. I kind of skipped the poem thing. So let's do it again, in case it triggers something. Poor girl. She's kind of quite pregnant to those kind of things.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal. But
Almost. Yeah. I bet. You're cursed. I'm telling you.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Can I go just here? I'm curious. Alright, there's this. Trying to not to miss too much stuff. I'm sure there's missable. This is pretty cool. Music is crazy good too. Kind of didn't realize sometimes it's here.
Magic paintbrush.
Okay, I need normal. You live in a cursed house. Okay. Right now my trigger is flickering. I can feel the pages turning. It's really well done. I cannot show you. I can make it here. You probably hear the clicking sound of the trigger that I'm holding. It's pretty nice. How did he died?
And disappeared.
Not sure I understood that one very well. So Milton would be the other one that might be alive somewhere.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
But we will unseal it. No, I need to get out.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
I want to go up. Is that it?
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Louis's room.
Ooh,
Except
marijuana. Man, this one was a drug addict. He died because of the drugs. Alright. Let's go smoke some weed and see the music and hear the colors.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar.
Uh-huh.
That part of him lived on.
I can smell it too.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery.
Oh, goddamn.
But he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to...
wander. Yeah. Okay.
I asked him to describe it.
Oh man, I have to do the chopping thing
He started
and
swimming,
controlling them.
imagining a labyrinth.
I have to control both
He'd feel
things.
his way about.
Left joystick is controlling the
Then something moved.
the character, and the right joystick is controlling
And toads.
the fish thing. It's a bit messed up. To
Things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head,
what a crazy game!
but he took it very seriously.
It's so well made. I'm very impressed, honestly. Very impressed. It's great. It's really nice.
But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on.
We're gonna chop our arms, that's for
I even
sure.
encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians.
It's not getting any easier to do both.
Songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever.
Yeah.
Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election.
He played Minecraft, yeah, kind of. Yeah.
And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Oh my god. Now I have to control a ship.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville.
Oh boy.
St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality.
I mean, I would drift away too with
Minneapolis,
with this job.
until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on. In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a
We're gonna go with the handsome queen.
handsome queen. The queen
gonna
was on her
go-
own quest for
Radiant rainbows.
radiant rainbows.
I'm not very good.
He followed the sound of her
God damn. Of her electric sitar. Oh no. Let's go silver harp. It's gonna be
Silver harp.
easier to do. There we go.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Cannot even see the thing cutting the fishes. It's a
He
good
was so
question,
proud of
Kitsy.
having created it.
I wonder. Probably not that
In
much.
his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden
Ooh,
palace.
yeah. Poor Lewis.
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Okay. We're doing normal stuff now. Ah. This is my place. Ooh. Portable
Began
console.
to forget the
Love them.
world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Okay, so this is Lewis, and I'm the Lewis in his
He
dreams.
began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Ooh.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
We're
including the
so
wise
gonna
Caliban
die.
he'd insisted on advising. His queen waited, holding his crown.
Ah, yeah. I can see how I'm gonna die now. Alright.
There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head. And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Oof. Alright. Setup was great.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Alright, we're pretty much done. We don't have a lot left to go, I think.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie.
Yep, that was our brother.
I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
Is it our room?
Stayed. But I understand why we left.
Probably not. Can I go?
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Okay, now it's our story.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
All right.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
Wait. The real graveyard.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out.
Okay, I'm in control. It's not always easy to know.
The first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Can't even see the light.
Turned around. For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
All right. We are on the right track.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
Of course, everybody's
After that,
dying.
we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it.
What am I supposed to do?
A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
Alright, back in control, I suppose.
This journal was supposed to be for you. But now
Okay,
I hope you'll never see it.
Yeah, she's
I just want to meet
writing
you
this for a child.
and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now,
Oh my god, she
things
died
didn't
too?
work out that way.
God damn.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
God damn. So, seems it was what remains of Edith Finch. Man, I don't know what to say. It was quite the experience. Wow. All right. Everything ends. Can't wait to see. It took me what, maybe 2 hours to go through the game. Can't wait to see what's the completion rate on this. I'm taking from that she got postpartum and killed herself when her kid was just a baby. I mean, maybe. Or maybe she died while giving birth. Maybe that was her curse. Yeah, I don't know. Time to go to YouTube and... Thanks, Joan. Why did I got this trophy? Back had a phone call. Well, Edith Finch died after having her baby. She wouldn't have had time to write a journal then, though. Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, you're right. That was a crazy game. That was definitely a crazy game. Happy to have played it. I had it on my list for quite some time. It's not super. It's available on mobile for like $5. It's not that it's a pricey game, but you know when a game is known for during like 2 hours and not have a lot of replayability, it's you know, it was like one of these days I'll play it. It was a great stream game. You don't have to learn to play the game to play this. You don't have to be a gamer. It's more or less just walking around. It was like watching a movie. Yeah, pretty much. It's an interactive movie. I want to see if there's post-credit scene. Then I'm gonna wrap up the stream. Gonna go do some chores, and probably after lunch, I'm gonna do a variety stream for an hour, just trying out 2-3 games. The replay a story option is now available. Set it edit to play from the beginning. Oh, okay, we could just replay one of the stories. All right. But I won't do that. I got my experience. What a great game. Honestly, really enjoyed this. And hope you did too. Gonna stop the stream now. Thanks a bunch for keeping me company. I kind of needed it. It was a pretty emotional game. With a bunch of weird stories. All right, gonna go do some chores and see you maybe later this afternoon or maybe not. It's fine, but for now, that's gonna be it. Go do something else. Go play games. Have fun. Oh yeah, the trophies. I want to see the trophies. Edit. What did I got? I got. Huh. It's weird to know what trophies I got. I'm not used to. I got 2 trophies out of. No, my God, I'm not very good with. Okay, sort by. Can I see the trophies I got, please? Okay, fuck this. I'm gonna go to my app, PlayStation app. It's gonna be easier. All right. All right. Everything ends. Finish all the stories. 48%. So almost half of the players did end the stories, which is pretty all right. All right. I'm done for real now. I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching.